Hey everybody! So I was told today that it is International Home Birth Day, and that is a very important and sentimental day for me because my third child was born at home, and I would like to share my story with you because doesn't everybody like birth stories? I know I do. I like listening to women share their stories, their experiences, and see how it differs from mine. And everybody's is, got something great to it, because every woman's experience is different. It's fantastic. So I went into my third birth really wanting a different experience. I wanted to not be drugged up. I wanted to feel the pain. I don't know. I had something to prove, for sure, to myself, not to anybody else. I already had 2 kids. I proved I could do it, but it's just a whole different level. I felt, to have it at home and drug-free and to be able to feel everything and really experience it. So when I found out I was pregnant for the 3rd time, I was lucky enough to know a midwife, and I went to hair school with her. So she decided somewhere down the road that giving birth to new life was far more valuable than putting in highlights. So, but thank God, because without her, I don't know that I would have had the awesome experience that I did. And it all just kind of came together the right way. But a little backstory: I had my 2 oldest children at the hospital. It was 29 and 31. They're 18 months apart. My daughter was induced, which, looking back, probably didn't need to be done. The dates were probably wrong. The estimation was wrong. So when they told me I was a week late, they raced me in there. They pumped me full of drugs. Something was said about a C-section to my husband, apparently, that I had no idea with, and he still has a resentment with the hospital over that one. But everything went relatively well. I was in labor for 5 hours without drugs, so I felt what it felt like, and I didn't like it, so I got the epidural. And then I loved it, because I felt nothing. It was a little weird, though, because I felt like I was paralyzed. I didn't feel like I was pushing, and then all of a sudden there was this baby. Like, I didn't even know what I was doing, and all of a sudden there's a human there, screaming and crying. It was a very surreal experience. It was my first experience. I remember being very overwhelmed. And then came my second kid, and that was a whole different one. My water broke at home at 2:30 in the morning. My husband was at Starbucks. He comes racing home, takes me to the hospital. An hour later, I'm with the anesthesiologist with a needle in my back because I was already 6.5 inches dilated. Centimeters. Oh my God. Is centimeters? 6.5. Whatever. The 6.5. That's what that is. And so I was still, okay, give me the drugs. Let's go. Like, make this easy for me, okay? Because I'm going to walk out here with a human, and I already know what that's like. So make this as easy and comfortable as possible, So it was a breeze. I think it took about, from beginning to end, 3 hours. And then I had my little human. And it wasn't, that experience wasn't anything mind-blowing, though. I remember I had my legs up in stirrups, and my husband was talking to the OBGYN, who I'd never met, about dogs. That's what I remember from my son's birth. And then, of course, him. But with my baby Scarlett, got to do things differently. I started out with an OBGYN, bugs. And then I changed my mind. I changed my mind for a variety of reasons. But the main one being that because I get so sick with my pregnancies, I was prescribed anti-nausea medication. And I was with my first child, and I took it. No, not first child. Swiss cheese. Second child. First child was a breeze. Second child, Xander, my baby boy, made me so sick. And then Scarlett, even worse. So I wanted something to help me, you know. But it was really hard to get through. And I didn't really appreciate the fact that the OBGYN that I saw at the time immediately jumped to the newest and brightest pill that she had. And all of the dangers of those pills is really kind of mind-blowing if you read what they can do, you know. And apparently the one that I took for my son, it turned out, had a whole bunch of litigation attached to it because it caused birth defects. I just got lucky. So I switched. I went to my lovely, shout out to Charlie Ray at Barefoot Birth, greatest place ever, and she is the greatest woman ever. It was a lovely experience. She came to see me at home most of the time. I didn't even have to leave my house. I planned on having a water birth. That didn't happen, and I'll tell you why in a second. Everything was perfect up until the moment that it happened, and even that was pretty perfect. The morning that it happened was like 2:30 in the morning. I kept waking up feeling like something wasn't right. Something wasn't right, but I was tired, so I kept going back to sleep. I'm like, no, it's nothing. Oh, no, it's nothing. Oh, no, it's nothing. So 7:30 I wake up to get my children ready for school because they have to go to school. But in the back of my brain, I know that I'm in labor. But my lovely midwife told me that there was a time frame I was supposed to stick to and then call her. Well, she should have known from hair school that if you give me a direction and it's precise, that I'm going to follow that direction. And my contractions were all over the place. So me, in my feeble-minded, pain-ridden state, I was like, well, it's not time to call her, and my kids need to go to school, I'm trying to be mom here. I can make it. It's okay. I'm going to have it here anyway. So, lo and behold, my kids are about ready to head off to school. I am making their lunches. I came out from making lunches to put them in their backpacks. I went into my bedroom, and I remember all of a sudden feeling this intense pain, and I'd read about this pain. It's like this bone-crushing, oh my God, something's happening pain. This is real. And so I ran into the bathroom, and everybody in my house was in my bathroom. Everybody. I'm like, get out! Get out of my bathroom! I need to go. I need to be in here. Go. My husband's trying to get me in the bathtub. He's like, no, hold it in. I'm like, no, there's no holding this in. Then he puts me on the phone with my midwife, and I remember half of that conversation, and I remember screaming as this searing pain that I only remember for a second happened. I threw the phone. I said, it's happening. Stood up, and because I was sitting, stood up, and all of a sudden I was holding my child. I caught her. I got to catch my baby. That was so cool. It was like the coolest experience ever, and I was blown away because I did not I thought Charlie Ray was going to be there. I thought someone was going to be there to catch the baby, but no, it was me. And you know what? It turned out to be the most awesome thing ever because I was the first face that my baby saw. And we experienced each other for the first time the second she came out of my body. And that's amazing, and we have the tightest bond, I feel, that a mom and a kid can have. And I mean, I love all of my children. My children are amazing creatures, and I see me and my husband in all of them, and they're independent and fierce and turning into these individuals that are just great, and I love them all. And they're at different ages, and they can be, frustrating and lovable and infuriating, and but there's something different about the way that I had them and the way that I had her, I think, that just, that, I don't know, it feels different. Not bad, not more than, just different. And I am so grateful for that. And I am so grateful for people like Charlie Ray who are keeping it real and telling mamas that they don't, in fact, have to do it the way that they've been told to do it for decades and decades, but that there is another way. You know, everybody has a choice, everybody has an option, and they're out there. So know your options and know that it's not scary. It's a beautiful experience. And I'm blessed. I'm thankful. So happy International Home Birth Day! Yay!